in life. Shit just be happening, especially if you when you go into like the way the universe works and shit. But at the same time,
I'll be happy to oblige.
we was given minds. We was given the intellect. Like I don't really think dogs look at the planet and they're like, oh, this is a complex set of events that occurred in order for this to even possibly happen. So
Hmm.
we were given brains to even interpret the fact. We were given brains to interpret the fact that there is even such thing as a fact, let alone that this universe is beautiful. I had to throw that in there because there wouldn't be a fact without us labeling the fact that there is a fact. Why else would we be given brains? It can't just be for evolution because I believe in evolution. I really do. I don't feel like shit just happened just with the fucking flip of a fucking switch. It's like, oh, these are my children. Nigga, no.
Something had to happen for that switch to
You
occur.
know what happened? Billions and billions of years of a chain of fucking reactions.
Big Bang.
A chain reaction off of a chain reaction off a chain reaction off a chain reaction. God is so smart he doesn't even have to exist in this time space. And that's why he's in us. I feel like he's just in us. I don't feel like he's necessarily in everything else.
No, you're right.
That's why a lot of scientists, the more that they delve into science and stuff, and they're trying to figure out the exact nature of life, it just leads them closer to God. It's not just one scientist, multiple.
Hmm.
The world and the universe is entirely too beautiful to not think that it was designed by somebody. And I thought that shit before I even. I, I can't even say before because I always believed in God. I just
That
didn't always
outlet
have
is too
faith.
dope.
I just didn't always have faith, but I would always look around and be like, damn, this shit is stunning.
No, but I had thought the same thing. You had thought one time, like, is it really even a meaning to all this? If it's not a meaning to it, then why am I so fixated on a certain type of thing when none of this stuff doesn't matter?
It does, but it doesn't. It only matters to those that were given consciousness. So it does matter. Is basically what I'm saying. Just think, like you could have been like a cockroach or something, or even worse than a cockroach. You could have just not even have. You just could have not even had consciousness. Period.
If you want my autograph, I'll be happy to oblige.
And I wouldn't even necessarily say that's like God's grace or anything. It's just I'm not really trying to compare a cockroach's existence to not being in existence at all. Well, I'm saying,
I mean, but you could, but that
you could have
is
just not had existence.
at all. But the fact
Period.
that you do, it stands for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, I was one of those people. I was so fixated on the fact that things could have just randomly happened that I failed to understand that it is far more unrealistic for things to have just popped up out of nowhere than for there to be a god. In short terms, like, I'm over here saying that shit is just unknown. It's in the we just don't know. We don't know. Like, why wouldn't I just think that there is something that, specifically created it?
Yeah. Not only that, like it makes you think. Because I feel like each each living being, like I feel like when it comes on this planet, it's set with a task, and it's like your soul won't be complete until you finish it or you don't finish it.
And you know what's about that exact subject is, me try and gather the words. Greatness is only Greatness is only perceived by us, by humans. Like,
Oh my god, I thought of that. Like, why do I need val?
what we perceive as greatness is only great because of the social standard that we set, right? So, what's to say that that greatness isn't the seed that planted the person who became quote unquote great? Like, would have Mac Dre been great without the hood? If there was no hood, would there have been a Mac Dre? So would Mac Dre be, or would the hood necessarily be considered the great? It's only based on what we perceive as correct or true.
Yeah. That's real. Do you need anything or anyone to tell you? Or to make you feel?
It's just like, is what you perceive as the best thing on the planet really the best thing on the planet? Or is it only the best because based off of human perception? Society dictates more than you will ever allow yourself to imagine.
When you said that, it feels like
What would a fish
a
know about
bot.
destiny? All it knows is that it swims in the river on and on. It cannot perceive the ocean. It can't. All it knows is that it swims in this river, and this river is endless. So there's no way that a fucking fish can know about destiny.
What the fuck? Excuse my language. Do you think it's like that because they don't have the... Why are we so different than animals? Because of humans?
Because you get into the realm of thinking and perception becomes so different, it becomes harder to maintain when you have so many fucking humans thinking a different way. But the only thing that really puts us together is these imaginary laws. So nothing really makes... The only thing that makes us different than animals is that we're conscious. I mean, like, and I can't even say that's different because you don't know that deer... You don't know that fucking flock of deer don't be like, hey nigga, like, you ain't fucking paying attention. You know that a motherfucking tiger could be in this bush right next to us, motherfucker. And we don't even know! And you over here, motherfucking, just sniffing the trees and shit, not even paying, I don't know. You don't know what the fuck they communicate on some type of way. I don't know what's different than us. I wish I did. I mean, we can talk, but they could probably talk too. Okay, we have two, we stand on 2 feet. That's the difference.
It's trash.
There's still something left for me to do. Lightning blade! The victor has been decided. I won't lose.
Oh my god, everybody want to use Fourth Okage.
That's how I was playing the game. I like watching animals sometimes. It's like they're in their own
You need
different
to watch birds.
yeah, they're like in their own different time span. It's like they're in the same present, but I don't feel like they are.
Not only that, but like, I feel like David, his spirit animal is birds. So if you
Hmm.
need a message, look for the birds, bro. Look for the birds.
I'm glad I didn't go. to Orlando, Florida. I'm glad something was looking out for me. Especially after all this stuff was happening. I would have been down there alone.
Trapped it.
For real, for real. In the far. That's what I'd be like. God knows. And I feel like he gives you the option. You can choose to do you, or you can. I can show you a different light at the end of the tunnel where you'll be much more happier. But it's not easy though. It's gonna take a lot of work, and I'll be like, I don't know if I'm ready for all that. Then stay where you at. Shit.
It just depends on the person.
Yeah, because everybody's different.
They're a lot different. It's like that. Them games, like one little decision that you make completely changes the entire game.
The whole reality.
Them games is so funny.
That's crazy too, because each human, all humans doesn't think alike. Each humans are different. We're really just one big ass giant. I don't want to say computer, but it's like one bit giant. I don't know why it's coming to me like one bit giant heart of a person that's going on inside their mind.
I think what you mean by that is one consciousness. Like we're just one. We're all combined and we don't even know it.
Yeah, like it's like different. It's almost kind of like
I'll be happy to oblige.
it's like different like flickers, like different parts of explosions that's happening inside. Makes me think about Lucy. Interesting.
You know
And
what fucks me up though is just this whole journey of life. Of being human. Like we can be like as conscious as we want,
oh,
but we're
I
still
like how you said that word human. Like it's feeble humans.
we're still humans though. You know what I mean? Like at the end, like no matter what you try and say or who you try and be, at the end of the day, you gotta pull your fucking pants down, sit down, and take a fucking shit on a fucking toilet, and whatever room you're in probably smells
Oh
like
my
ass.
god, that's such a low frequency when you said that. Like just
It
the
probably just smells like ass. Like no matter what room you're in, it probably just smells like shit. So no matter no matter how good you try and be, like you still fucking stink, nigga. Your body fucking stinks. You smell. You're mortal. When you're putting dirt for more than a couple of days, you fucking smell terrible. We're nothing but a fucking. No matter who the hell you are, you're nothing. You're nothing but a fucking lighter trying to flick on in a glimpse of the universe. You're literally nothing. But as long as there's a consciousness, there'll be somebody to interpretate you. So if you do go down in history as something to recollect upon out of the billions of souls,
You know what that just made me think about? It made me think about like what you was kind of saying early, like if there was even a place to exist, would your existence even matter? Because most nine times out of ten, it's created out of what other people, like how you were saying about the hood, like the hood made this person, but if it wasn't if it wasn't if the situation was different, I don't know how to explain it.
if the situation was different and that was the only type of mind frame that you had, you wouldn't be able to connect with anybody. So
Oh my god.
therefore your existence is only essential with somebody who has a consciousness who can envelop the type of mind frame that you had.
So every part of you
It doesn't
matters.
necessarily have to be a human. It just has to somebody that has a consciousness who is able to, because what do we do when we don't necessarily understand things that we're interested in? We go on the internet and we fucking understand it until we're like, oh, that's the type of mind state they had behind all of this. If there's some type of consciousness, you'll never necessarily be useless. Like, as long as somebody knows that you're there, or if you can be found.
Hmm.
But that's all up to do with you, like what you do while you're alive. Because they have data and everything now. Like, I could die today and put out like 5 fucking albums that aren't never discovered until fucking 2000 and fucking 583.
And then it helps. It would
And
relate
that
to
could be my
somebody.
existence, and I could just die in a fucking pool of disgrace because I never thought I was nothing. But turns out, but I would already be dead. But while I was alive, I would have thought wasn't shit. But once I died, I'd be like, oh,
Hmm.
this is this is gonna happen.
I want to know
Life
my
is
own
one
judgments,
strange kitty
and I'll
litter.
decide what needs to be done.
I feel like stuff like that happens to people like that is they get their stuff while they're here. I think there truly is a rhyme and a reason for everything.
No holding back. Please fight me with all your strength. If you want my autograph, I'll be happy to oblige.
God is wonderful, though. I will tell you that. I
Yeah.
will tell you that. I will tell you that, crazy. I know you already know. I know you already know. But he is good. Okay?
Uh,
Because he has given me shit that I didn't even think that I needed. Like, just,
that's what I was saying.
like looking back at my son. Like, I don't know. That kid is amazing. He said to me, I talked to him a couple weeks ago. And this is a 5-year-old kid asking his dad. He said, I hope you're doing okay, Daddy. Like, do kids talk like that? Like, what the fuck? He knows what's going on. He knows what's going on because he talked about that other dude that was in that Ashley's with.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I guess his name was like Nikolai or something. He was like, Mommy treats Nikolai really good. And he was kind of like looking at the ground and shit. I'm just like, ah, fuck. He's confused as hell. He don't know what's going on.
You do, but don't.
He does because he's fucking smart, but at the same time, he doesn't understand. I just gotta step up and do what I can.
Oh, I was gonna tell you something.
He's smart enough to understand that if I tell him that I messed stuff up with his mom, that he's gonna understand. That's just the type of kid he is. Like, he may not like understand all the way, but smart little guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
He really needs me though. He really, really needs me to step up because he's so smart. Like, he sees all this shit going on around him and he just doesn't understand why it's happening.
It's almost making me just think, like, about.
Oh, I'm gonna be there. I'm never gonna let
Um.
Hayden
Yeah.
fucking sit there and wonder why that he wasn't enough or something, or it's never gonna be like no type of shit like that.
Mm-mm.
But at the same time, I need to make him understand things that happen in our family.
Yeah, that's so true. But I do believe that everything that is presented in our lives is presented for a reason.
Yeah.
Because there's something that's trying to change the structure of our pattern. Not because we just wanted just to change it, but there's certain things you're gonna have to change.
I know that my son really liked the things the way they were, our family together and everything, and no matter what, he's gonna know that I'm sorry that I couldn't keep the family together as a man. that messed up, and things are just gonna have to be different.
Like how you did that. You know, like on. You make me think about you as like, I don't know why this came to me, but you're like an intellect that's that has all this knowledge, but also a prisoner in the same sense, because it's like no one doesn't understand. And I was gonna tell you that I feel like nobody's not going to understand you in this lifetime. Yeah, there's gonna be certain people you're gonna touch, but your way how you're structuring your mind and how it works is too advanced for a human life form.
My son is going to, though.
Yeah, but that's what God wanted me to tell you, though.
But it doesn't. I just need to understand that it's not going to be instant. 'Cause he still has to, like, grow up and stuff.
Yeah.
But a piece of David is inside of him, so I just have to make it.
The fact that you can dash in that is sick. Because most up combos you can't do nothing.
Already. I'm getting excited.
Final round. Begin.
You're playing like how I'm playing today. Like I kind of don't. It's kind of like I'm playing it, but I'm not playing it. Like I kind of don't care.
I'm still far from reaching.
I can tell like when you're playing, like your brain is there, but it's not there. It's somewhere else, calculating 100 times things. When you can, you need to rest.
What the hell? What did you say? I was thinking about what you said before.
I was saying that you're there, but you're not there. It's like your brain is calculating 100 times things. Like it's calculating 100 things at a time. It's almost kind of like, it feels like it feels like a math problem. Like you know that like there's so many equations to it, but executing it is the not executing it, but like getting there at that one point in time is the waiting and the frustrating period. Like you know a day that it will come, but it's like that time of waiting. Most of our life is waiting periods.
Yeah, our lives are very similar to video games.
Yeah, I can feel your energy all the way from here.
What does it feel like?
You're too hard on yourself.
Really?
Nope.
I feel like I'm not hard enough.
See? Oh, I got camps.
You know what I've been thinking lately? I don't know if it's stupid or not. It's just, I don't know. I feel like Ashley is my soulmate. And I just be thinking, I'm like, with this other guy, I'm like, just have your time while it lasts. Because there's gonna be a time and place where I come back and I'm gonna reclaim my motherfucking wife, bitch.
But that is, when you said that, I don't even feel like it will be forever.
I feel like no matter what, that me and her, our souls are just gonna ride together. There's no way that we just created something as beautiful as Hayden just for it to be temporary. I don't know if that's just something in me that's just refusing to let go, or if that's like some real ass shit.
Nah, you know what I was just thinking just a minute ago? Like
I can wait. I mean, I can wait for her to be done. And if it's not done, then I can just take my losses. Whatever, you know. Unless I truly find something, I ain't really out there. I don't really care. I'm not really too focused on that shit right now.
It's crazy. For someone who don't understand that, or feel like that doesn't have no meaning for life, you find some part of it to enjoy. It's almost like you're God in sort of a sense. Like, the reason why I said that is because, or like, you know how like an alien, like say like an alien, like it's way beyond the power grid, it's way beyond this, but as it lives, it finds things that it wants to live for, even though it knows the situation of this planet and the way how it works and how sometimes it could be dumb or just unorthodox or whatever it may be, but you still find something.
I don't know why that happened. Yeah, I know what you're saying though.
And that's the beauty of it, because everybody has something that they, ooh, it's about to make me cry.
That's how I feel with Hayden though. Like, I feel like it might not be immediate or, you know, whatever, but I feel like no matter how you try and say it, that a piece of David's soul was put into that kid.
Mm-hmm.
And that kid is special. And I'm not just saying that because he's my son. Like, he's fucking special.
I liked how I did that, and I wasn't even thinking at all.
All the subs just gone.
You got soft. Here I come.
Live abundantly. And also stop I don't know why this just came to my spirit. But you keep questioning a lot, why are you here and David's not here? David already completed what he needed completed.
Yeah, God already gave me that answer. You want to know why? You know why I'm still here and David's not here? You want to know why? Because I'm an Avenger! I'm an Avenger! No matter which way you try to slice it or put it, I am a fucking Avenger. Vengeance will be mine.
Then do it.
You don't have to tell me to do it.
Guess that's all she wrote.
It's already done. I read the Oracle Fish from Beerus.
My soul pulls and tugs on me when I go in directions that aren't taking me in that way.
That's enough. Round 2. Begin.
This dude tried to fucking test me, bro. One of like AJ's friends was like talking all this shit, and like he's in the anime and this and that. Basically,
You knew that was coming. What'd he say? I know people think you're like, you know what you be talking about. People be trying to make you sound like you're dumb. Especially when it comes to anime.
oh. No, he wasn't trying to say nothing like that, but I feel like he was just so, like, drunk or something that it was just God, like, basically just using his body as a vessel to talk to me. Have you ever had something like that happen to you before?
It's called,
Have you ever had somebody, like, reveal stuff to you? Like, you know they're not even themselves.
no, I can tell when it's from God and when it's just random people just trying to see what's inside your head or space. Or just
Yeah,
in
because he
general.
was trying to say all, he was trying to do all this shit, and like he basically, it was just like, you know how dudes just be talking shit. Like, that's just what guys do. They try and bust your balls, right? They try and fucking do all this other types of shit, and this and that, and they got to a deep talk, and I was like, nigga, basically, like, we was just fucked up. I was like, nigga, I'm an Avenger. And he was like, oh, really? have you even lost a brother? And I showed him my tattoo on my back, and I was like, nigga, yeah. Matter of fact, I have. That was just God telling me, because don't nobody remember that except for me. Nobody remembers that except
Combo.
for me. I'm the only fucking person that remembers that.
That's a funny ass dialogue, bro.
But that's just funny how it all set up. It just set up for me to say like, nigga, yeah, I am an Avenger, and I showed him my tattoo, and he was like, "Oh, you have a brother? Like, I bet you ain't have a brother that passed away." And I'm like, Duran was sitting there, sitting right next to him. I'm like, "Yeah, nigga, actually, yeah."
And I don't think he was saying that pertained to his experience. I think he was just saying that because God.
No,
took
yeah,
over.
he wasn't. He wasn't. He was just saying it off of perspective of, watching anime. He was just fucked up. He was just drunk. The dude I was talking to was just drunk, and the situation just aligned itself perfectly.
Just funny.
It's just God. It's just the little way of God. Because at the moment, it was kind of testing me. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you mean? Like, yeah. Nigga, check this shit out, bro. I wield the curse mark.
Let's do this. Garbo. Okay, hop with me, boo boo.
That was just a revelation, though, that people don't think the same way as I do.
Ah, hell yeah. No matter how quirky or unorthodox their brain works, there's something that somebody's gonna say that triggers a part of you that you probably process or probably not process. I don't know.
Right, because I feel like
that
there's
one
certain
word.
parts of me that a bunch of people that would just relate to, but motherfuckers say shit like that. I'm just like, this dude is testing me for a reason. There's no reason that he picks me out of all the other 5 people that are here to sit up and try and antagonize me.
Almost like he's seen.
But if you
something.
trying to think that I'm a motherfucker to just be trifled with, like, bitch, hell no. You got me fucked up. I ain't never gonna be that bitch. Like, I don't have to boast and brag.
By the end of this conversation, your brains will be scrambled.
If you put me in a situation where I gotta show my, you trying to test my metal, nigga, I'm finna test that. I'm finna show you my grit. It's finna be on some. It be on some Naruto shit. It should be, man.
This some shit we need to be saving. This conversation needs to go on the stream. Or no, it doesn't. Everybody don't need to know.
That's why Naruto's my favorite anime. Because not everything needs to be said.
And you know it's so crazy. You can read the power of each other's hearts. I remember I went to Texas, and I went to go see my sister. It was like me just seeing her. She didn't say a lot, but it was like her soul said a lot for me to kind of get a sense of what I need to be worrying about and what I don't need to be worrying about in this world. And she didn't even say anything. It was just like her soul was speaking to me. That's on a whole nother level. I had that happen to me multiple times with different people when I do certain things. It's like their soul is speaking.
That's why I was hoping that would happen to me and other people, but it never did. That, my soul doesn't exist between anybody else on this planet.
No, it
I was
speaks.
blocking.
But you have to be... You can just tell just by like... You can just tell. Like your whole entire gameplay Like you can just tell. This is a man who has nothing to lose. I'm an Avenger. No, but you're right though. It's called I call it. Well, I'm about to. Bless me, God. Maybe God only say it, but I call it. I call it a divine link. You know what a divine link is?
Hold up.
Okay, I'm here now. Sakura really swings slow. It just seems like she's swinging fast because she swings for a minute.
Let's go.
He could have dodged that.
Burn it all away.
Not in that time frame. Especially what he did. He backed up.